Hello there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Social media has become an integral part of our lives today, with over 3.5 billion people on social media networks. With its wide-reaching popularity and powerful ability to connect people all over the world, it can be hard to resist its draw. But how much do you really know about social media? Knowing what kind of information you should trust, staying safe online, and understanding your digital footprint are just some important things that everyone using social media should be aware of. In this video, we will look at the top 10 things everyone should know about using social media, whether you're a beginner or a veteran user. So, if you're a beginner or a veteran user who wants insight into safely enhancing your usage and presence on social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and others, give this video a watch. Let's dive in. Number 1. Be careful about what you post. It could haunt you later. It is important to remember that the things you post on social media are often permanently accessible. Even if something seems like a throwaway comment or joke, it can come back to haunt you later. Whether it's potential employers who could be put off by your posts or past associates in your network, what you choose to share online can impact your future. It pays to think twice before pressing the post button and take a few moments to consider the implications of the things you share with others. It's also important to recognize that behind every photo, post, or situation seen online is a person with feelings who could be hurt by careless comments or actions. Being thoughtful about the content you post on social media and exercising caution can go a long way toward protecting yourself and others. Number 2, it can be a great networking tool but can also lead to cyberbullying. As invaluable as social media can be for connecting with people, it is important to remember that it has the potential to be used abusively as well. Platforms such as Twitter and Instagram can be a breeding ground for cyberbullying, which often goes unchecked due to the anonymous nature of those accounts. If you or someone you know is affected by someone's words on social media, it is important to remember that this behavior should not be tolerated and steps should be taken to put an end to it. Otherwise, it could lead to serious and lasting effects. Harassment of any kind should never be given space and must always be addressed proactively. Thankfully, most social media networks are taking the necessary steps to try to stop cyberbullying on their respective platforms as much as possible. Number 3. Use social media responsibly. Social media can be addictive and lead to compulsive behavior. It's becoming more and more important for us to use social media responsibly. If not used responsibly or in moderation, they can quickly become a detriment rather than an asset. All too often, social media can lead to compulsive behavior such as constantly checking and engaging with it, leaving people feeling stress and anxiety when away from their digital devices. It is important to recognize when this type of behavior has become excessive and make changes to one's habits to regain control over the way social media affects their life. Establishing healthy rules of use, such as only checking in with accounts during certain times of the day or limiting interactions with certain people, should help users establish a better relationship with their social media use. Another option is to install a special software application that monitors your activity and then restricts your access accordingly. Ultimately, adopting mindful habits around our social media use is a powerful tool. Moderation is key when it comes to using social media, as avoiding overindulgence can make all the difference. Number 4. You can use social media to promote your business. Social media has become an invaluable asset for anyone who wishes to promote their business. With platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, it is now easier than ever to advertise your services or products and reach a broad customer base with minimal effort and cost. So, as a business owner, when using social media to promote your business, be sure to create engaging content that showcases what makes your brand unique. Have an attractive profile page and link back to your website. Additionally, it's important to respond quickly to any interactions or messages you receive on social media. With consistency, dedication, and strategic planning, social media can provide amazing results for the growth of your business. Because launching your social media presence without strategic planning and execution could result eventually in the waste of valuable time and resources. Number 5. It's important to be aware of the privacy settings for each social media platform. Navigating the world of social media can sometimes be tricky. With platforms constantly evolving and the seemingly constant news reports on data breaches, it only makes sense to stay up to date with the privacy settings of each of our accounts. Each of the major social networks, such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, offers different ways to protect your data from prying eyes. When signing up for a service, spend some time familiarizing yourself with the security and privacy settings it offers. Be sure to set your account to only allow friends or connections that you recognize and trust. Remember that you have control over who can access your posts, so don't be afraid to adjust these settings regularly if needed. Most importantly, remember that everything you post will be publicly available in some form, even if certain settings are in place. Keeping this in mind as you interact online should help keep your personal information secure on every platform. Number 6. Social media can be a source of fake news and propaganda. Social media has become an important platform for news outlets and individuals to communicate, but this can also be a double-edged sword. Due to its viral nature, stories can spread quickly and the truth often becomes misrepresented or distorted. It is therefore important to do your own research and evaluate the credibility of sources before believing any reported claims. Furthermore, it is worth bearing in mind that political entities may attempt to spread propaganda or serve up a biased perspective on events through social media platforms. Knowing how to identify when something may not be legitimate is crucial in the modern world and should be taken seriously. Therefore, rather than taking everything you read online at face value, make sure you consider potential agendas and validate facts through reputable sources before forming an opinion. Number 7. It can be used to manipulate people's opinions. With the prevalence of social media in our day-to-day lives, it is important to be aware that it can be used as a tool to manipulate people's opinions on certain topics. A phenomenon known as confirmation bias occurs when people only look for information that confirms what they already believe and avoid other viewpoints. As such, online echo chambers are created, leading users to only encounter information that reinforces their worldviews without providing a critical perspective or alternative theories. As the public becomes increasingly dependent on digital platforms for news and information, recognizing the power of social media to shape mindsets is essential for taking charge of what we see, think, and do. Furthermore, even companies hire individuals for their ability to leverage technology to create campaigns that make their agenda seem more appealing and attractive. So, it's important to remain conscious of what messages are being seen as we're scrolling through our feeds so that we can stay informed without letting ourselves become blinded by deceptive information. Number 8. It's important to be aware of the risks associated with social media and take steps to protect yourself from them. As you know, social media has become an integral part of our lives, but the potential for harm should not be ignored. With increased surveillance and data mining, accounts can be easily hacked or personal information can be stolen. Scams are rampant on these platforms, from bogus links that install malware to phishing schemes aimed at obtaining private, financial, and identity details. Staying safe requires vigilance and self-protection, such as guarding passwords, regularly checking privacy settings, avoiding suspicious links or downloads, and being judicious about what information you post. In that way, we can stay in touch with loved ones and keep afloat in this digital world without putting ourselves at unnecessary risk. Furthermore, many problems have been linked to excessive social media use, including mental and emotional, such as stress, depression, loneliness, and low self-esteem. Others are more general, such as exposure to false information and political polarization, and others are physical, such as poor sleep quality. Be aware of these problems and use social media responsibly. Number 9. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison when looking at other people's posts, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy. When scrolling through our social media feeds, it can be so easy to slip into a comparison trap while looking at other people's posts and pages. Feelings of inadequacy can arise as we feel inferior to these seemingly perfect lives that have been crafted into amazing 4-second snippets. However, this fabrication of perfection can be incredibly damaging and cause the observer to second-guess their own worth and feel inadequate. It's important to remember that social media is simply a snapshot of someone's reality and does not portray the full picture or context. While it may look like all the perfect people are living their ideal life, in reality, they too have insecurities and flaws. We're only seeing one facet of who they really are. Before succumbing to the comparison trap, take a step back and recognize that everyone is unique with their own experiences and paths ahead of them. Number 10. Remember that social media is a tool that should not control your life. In our ever-connected digital world, it's easy to become overwhelmed and engulfed by social media. With easy access to a newsfeed full of filtered images, promoted products, and trending topics, it can be difficult to remember that social media is merely a tool. It's a source of information or entertainment, but not the sole source or arbiter of opinion. We need to keep in mind that we often use social media as an escape and distraction from reality. With this in mind, it's important for us to take control of how we interact with these platforms instead of allowing ourselves to become controlled by them. Doing so will help keep social media in its proper place as merely a communication tool, instead of a source of stress or anxiety in your life. Although social media has many benefits, there are also some risks associated with it. It's important to be aware of these dangers and take steps to protect yourself from them. Remember that social media is a tool and should be used in a responsible way. Do you have any additional tips not mentioned in this video? Please share your thoughts and recommendations in the comments section below. If you find this video helpful and informative, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you will not miss our next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.